So, I don't know why my makeup looks so, probably because it's hot out here. It just looks so greasy. So I just went into this furniture store where I got the majority of my furniture when I, moved into my apartment. Because, I'm looking to spruce up my apartment. I don't know if I said that in the last section or whatever. Anyway, so, I'm sorry, let me just get rid of this oil on my face. Okay, so I was seeing if they had any accessories that, would work for my apartment. And they have, they have a lot of nice stuff. And again, they sell accessories too. They sell the mirrors, the lamps, all that kind of stuff. So, and the only reason I would consider buying from them, I mean, they're pretty expensive, but here's my logic. And it's more of a financial strategy, really. Like when I bought my furniture from them, I opened a credit line. Thank you. And, I got a nice credit line with them. And then I went ahead and paid off the furniture because I just didn't want an extra bill. So I paid off the furniture. So, so there's nothing on that account right now. It's zero. But because they gave me a nice line of credit, that credit line, and this right here is really dealing with being strategic with regards to your credit, because it took me years to understand credit, and I spent many years with bad credit because I just didn't understand how it worked. I didn't understand the game. And in some of my early videos, my first videos, excuse me, when I first got on YouTube, okay, so you gonna wait, and then the second I go, you gonna go. When I first got on YouTube, if you look back at some of those old videos of mine where my face was like, I was like 30 pounds heavier. But I talk about finance. That was one of my first things I was talking about, was finances, because I had just come out of a whole lot of debt and just, bad credit. Like I said, I lived with bad credit for years. So when I came out of that, I wanted to, help other people. And so, okay, so back to this whole furniture thing. So they gave me a nice line of credit at this furniture store. So what that did is, and I didn't use anywhere near close to the credit line that they gave me. And so I paid off the furniture already. And so now I still have that credit line on my credit, meaning that it looks like, well, I do have that. It's like a credit card. If you open up a credit card and they give you a $5,000 credit line, but yet you charge only $20 a month, your utilization. That's what I'm talking about. Utilization. You're only utilizing $20 of that $5,000 a month. So you look great to your creditors, because, or that creditor in particular, because it's like they can trust you. You're not maxing out when you max out your cards and all of that, that's not good, because that means that no matter what they give you, you're gonna max it out. And God forbid you lose your job or something happens, how are you going to pay that back? So you want to keep your utilization as low as possible, meaning that you want to have the highest level of credit line, but only use a small amount of it. So that's your utilization percent. And they say to keep it, I want to say between, I forget what they say you should keep it at. I try and keep it at 0, because that's why I pay my bills off every month, or I try to pay my bills off every month. Now lately that's been a little different, but I still, because of this furniture store and them giving me a nice healthy credit line, it affects all of my credit cards. Because when somebody runs your credit, they're looking at your total I believe, now don't quote me on this, but I believe they're looking at your total utilization. So if you have 5 cards or 10 cards or 10 lines of credit open, and you have, I don't know, $50,000 worth of a credit line combined with all of them, they're looking at the total picture. So this furniture store that I've paid off and I'm not using is really helping my credit to stay where it's at. Because I paid it off, once that credit line drops off of my credit, once it drops off my credit score will probably drop. I mean, probably not significantly, because again, I do try to pay my credit cards off every month. So it's not going to drop significantly, but it will drop, because I won't have the same amount. My utilization will be smaller, because I'll have a smaller amount to use. I may not be explaining this, in a way that makes sense, but trust me, by me keeping that account open, it's helping my credit score to stay where it's at. So now that I'm in the market for some, additional items in my apartment, like mirrors and maybe a couple paintings on the wall, I'm thinking of putting it on that line of credit that I have to keep that account open, so that it just keeps that line of credit open, and then keeps my credit score up. Because I honestly, I wasn't sure when if I don't purchase anything from them, like how long do I have before they close the account? And so that was one of the questions I asked just now. And it was weird when I approached they have like a cashier area. When I approached the cashier area, the girl kind of looked at me like, what you want? Or like, I don't know, maybe because I went back there by myself and I didn't have a sales guy with me. I don't know. She just gave me a strange look, and I was just like, hello, excuse me? Am I disturbing you? But anyway, so she was like, how can we help you? And I told her, at first I told her if she could pull up my account. And I said, I believe my account is, at 0. And then I said, I just want to know how long before you close my account, because I haven't purchased anything. And she said, basically, I have another year. Really, I have until, what did she say? She said, I have, next year, October. Yeah, another year in October before they would close my account for not using it. So I was like, oh, okay. I'm thinking it could be now. I was thinking maybe it was after a year, but I'm like, oh, okay, cool, bet, you know. But still, that means also I could get some, not furniture, but just some accessories from them if I wanted. And you know, and I'll just pay the minimum amount every month to keep the account open. But anyway, I might have went too deep into that, but basically it's all about utilization, and we have to educate ourselves on that kind of thing, because the banks, they will use that, you know, against you, and you won't even know what's happening. So we got to use it in our favor. The other thing I wanted to share is that my foot is feeling much better. I know the other day I shared that, you know, I was limping. I was, you know, my foot was just, it was like swollen. And I elevated it. I soaked it in Epsom salt. I did like all of this stuff. But finally, I mean, it's not 100% at all, but finally I feel like it's definitely doing better. It's doing better than it was. So I'm excited about that. And yeah, I'm gonna go home and make my little lamb chop. That's what it is, a lamb chop. I'm gonna cook it with probably some broccoli, and have that for dinner. So anyway, if I don't talk to you guys for the rest of the day, have a great evening, and don't forget to like the video, comment below, and subscribe to the channel. God bless.